Chapter 29. Don't get out of the way, die. Hey, what are you doing? Come back quickly, the Dynasty Guild can't afford it. Come back quickly, you will die. Wang Yi was very nervous and wanted to pull Lin Moyu back. Lin Moyu turned a deaf ear to it and walked over obstinately. The people who were still protesting suddenly stopped, and they all looked at Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu walked towards the copy with a skeleton, and the skeleton made a clicking sound as it walked. What are you up to? The mage headed by the Dynasty Guild stared at Lin Moyu with cold eyes. Behind him, a dozen people from the Dynasty Guild looked at Lin Moyu at the same time. These people are all above level 20, and each of them has extraordinary momentum. There are knights, warriors, mages, archers, and assistants. Formed a complete combat team. And they are well equipped, from weapons to armor to jewelry, all bronze-level equipment. It is precisely because of this that although there are many protesters, no one dares to actually do it. The level is not as good as people, the team is not as good as people, the equipment is not as good as people, and the skills are not as good as people. His fists are not as good as human beings, so he can only protest with his mouth. Lin Moyu stopped in front of the mage, and said lightly, "Get out of the way." The mage of the Dynasty Guild seemed to have heard the funniest joke. "Young man, are you drunk? Go home quickly." Lin Moyu continued, "Don't stop me from entering the copy, or I'll kill you." Lin Moyu spoke seriously. He really wasn't joking. Now he wants to enter the dungeon to practice leveling. This is related to his entry into Xiaojing Academy. If anyone dares to stop him, he will really kill people. The mage popped a detection spell and landed on Lin Moyu. Then he sneered, "Lin Moyu, you are just a 12th level kid who dares to talk nonsense here. Didn't your adults teach you to speak well?" "Necromancer, I haven't seen this class before, is it a new class?" "The undead summons are quite interesting. For the sake of you and I being both mages, please forgive me this time and get lost." The opponent's level exceeded Lin Moyu's level by 10, and the shield badge did not work. As soon as his words came out, everyone present knew Lin Moyu's level. It's only level 12. At level 12, you can simply brush a copy. Wrong. He probably didn't even have level 12 before. One realizes that Lin Moyu's career could be very powerful. Lin Moyu also used a detection technique. Reciprocity. The mage didn't wear a shield badge, and Lin Moyu also saw the other party's profession. Zhao Ji, level 25, mage. Unlike elemental mages like Xia Shui, they are just the most common mages, mid-level professionals. Although the level reached level 25, Lin Moyu didn't take it seriously. Zhao Ji sneered, and everyone in the Dynasty Guild behind him also showed sarcasm. "Little guy at level 12, his hair hasn't even grown yet, so go home and drink milk. This is not the place for you to come, be careful to lose your life. It's enough to fight wild monsters, and the dungeon is not for you for the time being." Behind Lin Moyu, those who were still protesting before said to Lin Moyu, "Young man, come back quickly, the Dynasty Guild is unreasonable, they will really kill people." Wang Yi shouted, "Brother, come back, we will enter the copy after they leave." Lin Moyu didn't pay attention to the voices from all parties, his voice gradually became colder. "One last time, get out of the way, or die." Zhao Ji felt a chill from Lin Moyu's words, and even shivered unconsciously. Lin Moyu's eyes made him feel cold. What kind of eyes are these? It seems that in Lin Moyu's eyes, he is not a human being, but a monster. But in the next second he reacted, "Stinky boy, you are looking for death, if you dare to take one step forward, I will kill you." Lin Moyu looked at Zhao Ji, the corners of his mouth moved slightly. "Kill." "Say a word lightly." The skeleton warrior rushed out like lightning, and appeared in front of the mage in the blink of an eye, raising his hand with a knife. Zhao Ji was joking, and at the same time a light blue energy shield appeared on his body. "A little guy at level 12, even if I stand up and let you hit me, you still can't break my energy shield." The skeleton warrior landed on the energy shield with a knife, and the energy shield suddenly deformed violently, almost reaching the edge of shattering. At this moment, Zhao Ji's expression changed immediately. What kind of summon is this? The attack is so big. One's own energy shield can resist at least 5 attacks from fighters of the same level. But in front of the skeleton warrior, at most the second hit would break. Skill! Lin Moyu's heart moved, and a dazzling red light burst out from the skeleton warrior's knife. Furious blow. Zhao Ji was frightened out of his wits. Who would have thought that this summoned creature could use skills? He felt the threat of death. With this skill, not only the energy shield would be broken, but he would also die. Resist the ring of fire. Zhao Ji's instant skill, the fire ring erupted, and instantly pushed the skeleton warrior several meters away. The skills of the skeleton warrior were also interrupted. Look at what to do, do it. Zhao Ji felt that he had walked through the gate of hell, his face turned pale, and he yelled sharply. A knight came out in response and launched a charging skill, held up his shield, and rushed out more than 10 meters in an instant, and hit the skeleton warrior heavily. Boom! Amidst the screams, the knight was sent flying. The skeleton warrior remained motionless. In terms of strength, the skeleton warrior wins. Unless it has a force-flying skill like resisting the ring of fire, it depends on who is stronger. The skeleton warrior rushed up again, and he faithfully carried out Lin Moyu's order to kill Zhao Ji. Zhao Ji stepped back quickly, and while strengthening the protective shield for himself, he shouted, "Kill the summoner." The best way to deal with a summoner is not to kill the summoner, but to kill the summoner himself. As long as the summoner dies, the summoned objects will naturally disappear. Boom! 2 archers shoot their arrows at the same time. The sharp arrow turned into 3 in the air, turned into a streamer and shot down Lin Moyu. Be careful! Get out of the way! Someone shouted from behind. Lin Moyu didn't dodge or evade, and even his expression didn't change. Chapter 30. Why are there so many? A black vortex appeared in front of him, and 2 skeleton warriors appeared at the same time, one on the left and one on the right, just blocking the incoming sharp arrows. The sharp arrow landed on the skeleton warrior, making a metal hitting sound, but did not cause any damage. Then the 2 skeleton warriors rushed straight towards the 2 archers. There is more than one summoned object. Zhao Ji's complexion changed again and became extremely ugly. He didn't expect Lin Moyu to have more than one summoned object. However, it is normal for some summoners to have multiple summons. There is a summoner in their guild who has 4 summoned objects. Block it for me! Zhao Ji yelled loudly, and immediately a night warrior came over to block him, blocking the skeleton warrior for him. With no life in danger, Zhao Ji raised his staff high and pointed at Lin Moyu, chanting a spell quickly in his mouth. Killing a summoner is not as good as killing a summoner. Dancing fire snake. 2 seconds later, a fire snake flew out of his staff and charged towards Lin Moyu. Too bad, this is a skill that can only be learned by a level 20 mage, and it's a very rare skill. It is known as the strongest attack skill before the second turn of the mage. This time brother Lin Moyu will be in trouble. It is said that less than 1/3 of mages can master this skill. Some people behind him are worried about Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu still didn't move, and a vortex appeared in front of him again. This time, a total of 20 skeleton warriors came out at the same time. 20 soul fires dance in the dark night. The fiery snake danced wildly on them, and exploded with a bang, emitting brilliant flames. In the flames, 20 skeleton warriors rushed out together, and rushed towards the members of the Dynasty Guild. Zhao Ji's face became extremely ugly. Why are there so many? The appearance of 3 skeleton warriors just now was enough to surprise him, but he did not expect that 20 appeared at once this time. This number has exceeded their number. Form a team, line up, and fight. Zhao Ji is very experienced and did not panic because of this. The Dynasty Guild is indeed a guild that has been fighting for a long time and has rich experience. The professionals inside have all gone through a lot of battles and have excellent cooperation. They assembled quickly. Knights are at the front, warriors, archers, and mages are output in the center, and support is at the end. In Zhao Ji's eyes, although these summons are strong, his own team is more complete. Killing the skeleton warriors just takes some time. A team of more than a dozen people huddled together. The assistant quickly adds status to everyone. Strength enhancement, agility enhancement, spirit enhancement. Speed stimulation, energy shield, soul of berserker. As long as there is a state that can be added, none of them are missed. In just 30 seconds before and after, all states were blessed. It also shows their excellent cooperation. Confidence appeared on Zhao Ji's face again. Although they are now surrounded by skeleton warriors, it is not uncommon for them to encounter such a situation. He firmly believes that he must have the last laugh. At this moment Lin Moyu raised his hand, lowered his head and said to Wang Yi and the others behind him, "You guys, back off." Until now, no one dared not listen to his words. Who would have thought that he could fight against more than a dozen dynasty guilds by himself? Everyone retreated immediately, and the distance was tens of meters in a blink of an eye. Seeing this situation, Zhao Ji was puzzled, but he didn't think much about it. At this moment, he suddenly saw flames flashing in front of him, followed by a scream from an archer. The archer's vitality dropped sharply, and he was on the verge of death in an instant. Immediately afterwards, a healing technique landed on Archer, quickly pulling him back from the death line. Lin Moyu used the soul flame and failed to kill the archer in seconds. The other party's nanny responded quickly and treated Archer directly. Zhao Ji broke out in a cold sweat, thinking of Lin Moyu's profession. Lin Moyu is not just a summoner, but a necromancer. In addition to being a summoner, he is also a mage. Nurse attention, the treatment must be fast, the opponent has the ability to attack magic. Zhao Ji commanded loudly, making everyone in the team more nervous. Who would have thought that a dozen of them would be besieged and killed by one person? Concentrate on one person. Lin Moyu looked at the outermost knight with the skeleton warrior on his head. This knight is also suffering unspeakably at this time. He has to bear the attack of more than 10 skeleton warriors at the same time. The pressure it bears is greater than that of the anti-nightmare dungeon boss. Although there were constant healing spells falling on him, he still felt extremely painful and felt that he would die at any time. Following Lin Moyu's order, more knives fell on him. Then a flame appeared overhead. Out of the instinct of life, the knight started the ultimate defense immediately. There was a shimmer of light on his body, and the pressure suddenly decreased a lot. However, the soul flame ignored his defense and directly attacked the soul. Even with the ultimate defense, he still screamed. Fortunately, the nurse reacted quickly, throwing healing spells on him. Under the continuous attack of the skeleton warriors, the radiance of the ultimate defense is rapidly fading. The ultimate defense, which could last at least 40 seconds, only lasted 20 seconds. At the moment when the ultimate defense disappeared, Lin Moyu issued a new order. Use skills. At the same time he used the soul flame again. The soul flame took effect, causing the knight to scream. More than a dozen violent blows landed on the knight at the same time. Even the nanny didn't have time to heal, and the knight was instantly killed. The gap in the team was opened, and Zhao Ji's face changed drastically. Run. Lin Moyu shook his head, it was too late. A skeleton warrior threw the knight's body into the air. The corpse exploded. There was a loud bang. The knight's body was detonated. Detonated in the air, the most powerful. With the knight as the center, within a range of 20 meters, deal damage equal to 200% of the knight's HP to all enemies. Among all professions, the vitality of knights is one of the best. How powerful would it be if the damage based on his life was doubled? Zhao Ji only heard a bang, and nothing more. Kill them all. The corpse exploded like a thunderbolt, destroying everything. Only a dozen bombed-out corpses remained on the ground. None of the Dynasty Guild members survived. Large pieces of objects were scattered on the ground. Lin Moyu didn't even look at it, and took them all away.